Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with clean intermittent fasting and OMAD chit chat. So, here we are. It's Friday. It has rained, I think, for 40 days and 40 nights. I think I'm going to need an ark or a pontoon. And here comes Hurricane Lee. It's like, I'm not going to overeat because of weather, but I'm telling you, it is discouraging. Anyway, that has nothing to do with clean intermittent fasting and OMAD because clean intermittent fasting and OMAD for me is a lifestyle. It's not a diet until it's not a food plan because somebody else said. It's not what somebody else swears by. And so, like like a follower of somebody else's success, I'm just glomming onto. It is something that has evolved for me over the years from 1,000 calorie diet to Weight Watchers to doing 2 meals a day to 1 meal a day to fasting but not clean, and then finally where I am today with the clean intermittent fast and then the feast of the OMAD. And when I say clean intermittent fasting, it's what goes not it's what doesn't go into the fast until I get to the feast. And I'm a Jen Stevens follower. I'm a foodie, Jackie foodie follower. They both are intermittent fasting people that do it clean, and then they have their feast, and it's nothing deprived, and that has been the best thing. Um, a lot of people talk about diet brains, and it's really hard to untrain the brain from thinking, ooh, the carbs in that, ooh, the fat in that, ooh, that's way too much. And it's something that, like, if you're a female living in North America, you've done probably all your life. Diet brain, busy brain, always computing things. Like there's no stopping it, right? It's like your eyes can't unsee, just like your busy brain can't undo diet brain. But I practice the clean intermittent fasting with the feast, and little by slowly, those things have gotten duller. They've faded a little bit in my brain, and I can just enjoy the food that I want today because I can. And giving myself permission, it evolved. It wasn't like one day I was doing, 1, 2, 3 meals a day, and I went to clean intermittent fasting and then the OMAD. It slowly evolved into something that just works for me. The only things that I have when I'm clean intermittent fasting are black coffee, unflavored, strong. So right now I think I'm working on Jim's, which is an organic coffee. I think it comes out of Rhode Island. I buy the whole beans at Whole Foods and grind them up. They were on sale. And I think this is Wonder Brew. It's a dark roast. Tones of a flavoring are okay. You will see that on the coffee package. Tones of, sometimes it's chocolate, sometimes it's berries, but it's not flavored like French vanilla, um, hazelnut, mocha, anything like that. That has flavorings put in it, and it could disrupt the cleanness of your fast and tell your brain food's coming. And when your brain thinks food's coming, all of the chemical things happen in your body, and technically it's not a clean fast anymore, even though you think you're doing the right thing by having that hazelnut black, but it's not. It needs to be, just a nice bean. I like medium, I like dark roast, and the tones sometimes are in the beans, but it's not flavored. And it's significant if you're a clean intermittent faster. If you're just a faster and then you have your meal, it still is probably better than something you might have been doing in your past. But the clean part, So back to the clean, what's in it? Just the black coffee, unflavored, unsweetened. Obviously, it's black coffee. It's not whitened with any creamer or cream or coffee mate or anything that, even if it's zero sugar, that will matter because there's chemicals in that that say to your brain, food's coming, even if it's not, even if it's just the flavoring of coffee mate. Zero sugar is not a friend of clean intermittent fasting. Unflavored, no calorie water, gum, mints, all of those things are not friends of clean intermittent fasters. So if you're doing those things, that's good for whatever food plan you might be on. You might be losing weight, it might be successful, but it's technically not the clean intermittent fasting, which is just black coffee, unflavored, unsweetened, just plain water, unflavored, unsweetened. Zero sodas are not friends of clean intermittent fasting either, but they probably are something that you've, maybe your brain has diet soda brain. I'm not a soda drinking person. I will have a ginger ale at Christmas time if I'm at an event and it's like, what can I get you to drink? It'll be ginger ale. Hey, talk about living large, huh? But I am not a soda drinker. Sometimes I do like the bubbles of a Pellegrino, something like that, but I'm not doing that on a regular basis. I am just a plain filtered water, unflavored, with plain black coffee, unflavored, unsweetened. And that's how I do my day. Those are the only beverages. Tea makes me do this 5-year-old face on a 73-year-old face. I'm not a tea drinker. So that has no appeal to me. So I'm black coffee, which is a very portable thing. And I'm so glad I got to black coffee because I can drink it anywhere. The only time I won't have coffee at an event is if it's in a styrofoam cup. That gives me the heebie-jeebies, always has. Touching it or even putting it to my lips just makes me go. So I would at that point take a water or nothing. Nope, I'm good, fine, thanks, yep. And it's funny because in the old days, she says, I remember when I first began professionally in my 20s to work for companies, and you'd have events, and there'd be nothing at the events. And then slowly water eked in. And then donuts began to eke in, or pastries, or cookies, or, a coffee bar with sodas. And sometimes at the breakfast conferences I would go to, the pastries, the OJ, the coffee, the sugar, the carbs, maybe a little fruit bowl or cut up fruit thing over to the side. But, that's kind of a sugar bomb too at 8 in the morning. But it was always funny because it was always without anything. You'd just go into the meeting with a pen and you'd get your packet and that would be it. And then slowly came the waters and then the other things. And everything seems to revolve around serving something. I watched the HR lady at my job shopping for the break room. And of course, it's nothing but processed food, garbage, maybe some some individual little fruit things like the applesauce or mandarin oranges or something like that. But most of it is processed foods. And they or yesterday's bakery items. That's always a big one, too. I'll walk by it to sign in when I show up for my shift at 6 a.m. and the break room is filled with leftover cakes, cookies, pies, and all of that stuff from yesterday's bakery that, they don't sell it for half price or donate it to somebody because I think they do a lot of donating of the bakery stuff. But that's not my problem. It used to be my solution. There was nothing that you couldn't eat that would make a problem better, right? I would eat at it. How many times Did you go home after a tough day at work, no matter what it was that you do, and you'd eat at it? I admit that I still have a little emotional eating sometimes on tougher than average days. It's just what happens. But it fits into my OMAD. And there's a starting point and a stopping point of the OMAD, and that's the important thing. It is not for me a long, drawn out event where I eat, nibble, taste, whatever all through the day. Those days, that ship sailed on all the water that we're having right now. And so I love having my defined OMAD. When I watch other people here on YouTube and they talk about, what do you open your window with? I open my window with my entree. That's me. I don't open it with something, as if my stomach couldn't handle the salad, the baked potato, and the burger patty, right? I just, that's what I have. And I have apples. I put the apples, kind of ginger gold ones I like. I put them chopped up into my salad, and that's kind of fun, along with chopped celery. Um, but for the most part, for dessert, as it were, I have my 4 berry combination. They sell them, it's 20 ounces for $7.99, and it's blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and to me, it's the best thing going. When you look over and you see a 6-ounce package of Driscoll raspberries for $4.99, no thing, and no. So the 4 berry I love, and sometimes I have it just as the naked berries, and other times I dress it up with sometimes cottage cheese, sometimes yogurt, sometimes both, and just enjoy it. Sometimes I put some of Michelle, I don't know, the granola that sometimes I see at my store, but not a lot of variety. But Whole Foods has a lot of variety. Sometimes a smattering of that. I have pepitas that I sometimes put on cottage cheese that is just adds a little protein and crunch with the nuts at the end of the meal that kind of says you're kind of slowing out of the meal right now. You're getting towards the dental hygiene part of you're done girly. And those things just help me. Finding what works for you and gets your full button to say, okay, I'm good. I'm tanked up. I can do this for the next 22, 23, 24 hours. I'm going to do it. Some people do alternative day fasting. Some people do low days. Some people do high days. I'm just one of those, it's 2 o'clock. I may be moving my food window in between 1 and 2 because I come home from work and I'm hungry. I've been awake since 2 in the morning. I did my shift. I'm very active for a 73-year-old because I'm shopping in the store, so I'm lifting and moving bags, delivering to cars, putting them into cars, filling the cart. So it's a physical 7-hour shift that I do. So when I get home, I'm kind of hungry, and I don't want to be a clock watcher saying, you can't have a bite till 2 o'clock. So between 1 and 2, and then I'm done. Sometimes it takes an hour and a half to have my entree and salad, my berries. Sometimes I have a slice of bread with butter and peanut butter and or maple cream on it. Sometimes I have the cottage cheese. Sometimes I have the yogurt. It's all part of it. And because I've been doing this for a while, and my body can tell me, what is the full button, what is the comfortably done button, not stuffed, just full enough to be able to know that my tank will get me to the next feast. It is so simple. I come on here once a week and I just talk about how simple it is, but it's a lifestyle. Clean intermittent fasting and OMAD is a lifestyle, and I am all in because it continues to work for me. Emotionally, diet brain, physically, skinny jeans, those are the things that my little pea brain thinks about with my food choices and my eating lifestyle. This thing is something that took a long time to get to. So if you're trying to do this, if you're struggling with hunger, nothing says hunger break for me more than a glass of water or a cup of black coffee, very strong, with some twists of sea salt in it from my grinder. I will have that. It's amazing how coffee with salt and or water with salt will just tell the hunger little demons, go away. We're not eating yet. We're eating between 1 and 2. That's it. So get over yourself. And I do it every day. So I know I can get over it. I can get through it. And I have absolutely no regrets for all of the lessons that I've learned, all of the tricks I've learned, all of the food disasters that I've had, because every single one of them has brought me here to this lifestyle that I am 100% into because it works. 73 and I can eat what I want when I have my feast. Sign me up, right? I will be here today, tomorrow, and the next day. And I will continue to do this and continue to talk about this because it just works for me. And if you're older and you just figure, hey, this is the body weight that's just going to happen, everybody gets fat when they get old. No, it's not true, you know? And it looks like it's easy. It looks like you do nothing when you clean intermittent fast. There's a lot of work that you do to understand the clean part of the fast. And once you flip that switch from just fasting or maybe not, or thinking about fasting or, sometimes fasting into the clean intermittent fast, you'll never go back. You'll love how you feel. You'll love how you sleep. You'll love how things work for you. It's so easy, just like the black coffee. Once I went from loaded coffee to like working towards black, once I can flip the switch on black, it's so portable. It's so easy. It's always easy to have a cup of black coffee. There isn't a place that you go to that doesn't have a Keurig with some sort of unflavored, coffee. I even have a Green Mountain, I think, organic dark roast that I keep on hand. I don't even use my Keurig anymore, but I bought a 10-pack or a 12-pack. So if I go someplace, I'll pack that because I might be having it at their house because I don't want hazelnut. I don't want French vanilla. I don't want mocha. I don't want, anything that isn't a strong black coffee. And it works. So it's nice to be portable and not that high maintenance person doing that food plan. How many of us were that PIA at a picnic, right? We're worse than the flies because we've got to have this special and that special. And what do you mean there's no ice thing that I can put my thing in? It's like, I'm quite portable, thank you very much. Give me some smart water, give me a couple of Keurigs, and put me in the car, and I'm driving to your picnic, and I'm going to be okay. It's just something that works. A lifestyle second to none, and I'm so glad that I'm doing it. I'm glad that you're trying or you are doing it, and you find this supportive. I'm just glad you're here because it works under any and all circumstances. Trust me, the things I've gone through lately. So be safe, everybody, with the hurricane. If you're on the East Coast like we are, Lee is coming. And he doesn't take no for an answer, I guess. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye for now.